If you have not watched the video, I highly recommend it. But True makes the statement that, in his opinion, this is the best tier 9 medium in the game. If I got that right, that was the statement that was made. So I thought you could kind of just talk a little bit about your thoughts on the tank and what went into your video, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. But I just kind of wanted to let you kind of go.
Right. Well, there's a lot that goes into making a claim like that. You know, like how many battles have I played in the tank? I'll tell you what, I played one battle in the 2684 and I said, this tank is broken. Get it out of the game, right? Like some people say, oh, you should play like 100 games or 200 games to make that kind of conclusion. But like, I don't really think you need to. But with the 50t, like one way I kind of make conclusions about tanks is I compare my stats to like other similar tanks in my garage on the service record, and it was just outperforming. So like tanks like the Leo PTA, like the Leo PTA is a great tank at sniping, and it can sit back and it can hit some really wicked shots. But then you take a tank like the T55A and it can't snipe very well. It's going to miss like 1 out of 2 at range, you know, and then it has lower alpha, but like you can go up and you can kind of brawl with it. You're lacking some gun depression, but you can brawl with it. Like the turret's tough. They can hit your cupolas. The 50T is like a blend. And when I like to play tanks, and when I think of like what kind of tank is good at winning for me, it's a tank that can do like 2 different things well. And so if I get a game where I'm like, wow, there's a lot of really good tanks in here, I'm just going to snipe. Like the 50T can do that really well because it has the German accuracy. But then if I get into like a tier 9 game where I'm like, I can carry this, like I can go up and just fight these people, I can do it. And so those like 2 things combined just make it wicked good for me. I don't really know what like there's bad to say about it. I know that if you're going against like really high penetration guns, like one who wants to just stare at a really high penetration gun, but like, yeah, you can get pinned through the turret. It's a little counterintuitive though, because it doesn't have a cupola that's easily visible. So a lot of people look at it and don't really know where to shoot. There's like one small weak spot that's 100% chance to pin through like a little viewport. And then other than that, like they just need high penetration for anything else on your turret. But I think it does well enough. And the upper plate's really solid.
So you think it can kind of, it's like a hybrid between like the PTA and the T55, where like it can snipe in the back, but it can also go in and kind of brawl.
Yeah.
In a city or something.
And I think it can brawl better than the T55A in a lot of situations because it has gun depression. You can play more positions as well.
So where would you stack this up in terms of like the other reward tanks that are coming out? Like, so you have like the, I know that they're not all meds, but like if you had to rank them, you've got the phase 1, the Char feature or whatever, and then the 777. So like if you had to rank those 4 tanks, where would you put them?
That's super easy. Okay, so 50T first place, Char Future 4 second place, phase 1 third, and then Object 77 fourth. I know. Okay, so the Object 77, the armor is just not good for how slow that thing is. The phase 1, I think M103 is a good tank that gets trashed on too much, and it plays well like an M103. And then the Char Future 4, it's kind of like it's kind of weird. It has a long entry clip, but it can really get out good damage, I think. And then but it can't brawl, you know, like the 50T is just the best out of all 4. I think it's going to be I think out of the 3 that people get to choose though for Frontline, I think the most popular is going to be the Char Future 4. Now that they have 3 choices instead of just 1.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have French autoloaders, so they would already have a crew that they could drop into it.
Right. And plus fast tanks are fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, like, to see if the 50T comes out. Like, is it just gonna be like this ranked reward, and maybe they offer it again if they ever do ranked again?
I hope they do.
Or are they gonna offer it in some other way? Is the question.
I hope they offer it again, because the way that they offered it this time was awkward. I think after seeing my video on it and seeing other people's videos on it, people are like, wow, like this tank looks worth getting. And I don't think people were as excited with the phase 1, even though like it has a really cool, unique double tracks, you know, like the tracks are split on the right and left side. It's really cool, I think. But they're seeing this tank like, wow, I want that. Oh, I didn't play ranked the first season. Well, you know, can't get it. So I hope that they do, because I think people deserve a chance to get it now that they've seen it. Like,
yeah, I mean, especially if it's out there crapping on everybody and randoms, people are gonna be pissed because they're gonna be like, well, it's just another tank that really good players have that nobody else could get. And you know, I mean, I got through ranked both seasons. My mistake was not being smart about my times twos, you know, and I would get really caught up in just grinding chevrons. So I mean, I'm gonna get the tank, but it was just such a grind. Like any other game with a ranked system, you get placed into bronze or silver or gold or whatever, and then you start there and you work your way up. And it's weird because Wargaming's idea of ranked is going through this horrible grind just to get placed into a league, and then pretty much everybody just stops playing once they hit league, right? They're just like, I'm done with this shit, and they stop. So
the ranking system is so awkward, because it's about
really is.
efficiency, and like its efficiency is like kind of like win rate. You know, once you've played 5,000 battles, your win rate's pretty much set. I mean, like not set, but like it's so hard to increment it. The more games you play, the harder it is to increment it one way or the other. And so there's people who might play like 200 ranked battles, and it's really not like their odds. If they start playing really well, the odds of them improving their efficiency isn't going to do much. But there's people who do it in like 50 games, doing their doubles very carefully, and their efficiency, they're like first place, and they've barely played at all.
Yeah, they played, you know, the bare minimum. And it also, the weird thing is that it doesn't, the way that it rewards play isn't always intuitive. Like, because I remember in one of the games I was in a heavy, and I went one flank with a couple other guys. Yeah, the entire enemy team went the other flank, and we just kind of walked into their cap unopposed, and they destroyed my team. I mean, it was a loss for sure, but we capped them out.
Right.
So we won, and I helped make a play that won the game, even though I didn't really do much. I had hardly any damage, no chevron. So, which is just funny to me, because it's like, well, we wouldn't have won without me and these other guys, but we didn't really do any damage or anything, and that's how it's gauged. So it's a really clunky rank system. You know, it's another grind, and I don't know. I'm hoping that they tweak it. But
well, the thing for me that's clunky is like, if I'm playing tanks, I want to play tanks that I think are fun. So, you know, I'll play my Manticore or whatever, and I might get my double, and I might have a good double, but then I play it again and again and again because it's fun. I have no chance to finish first on efficiency. You know, like if I want to finish first on efficiency, I need to play one double a day in the Chieftain, one double a day in the EBR, one double a day in like 279. And then after I get, in a 430U. So I play 4 tanks, and if I lose, play it again. And then if I win, don't touch it. So I might play like 5 games in a day and then stop. But I'm like, I want to keep playing. And if I keep playing, there's no way I'm going to place. I'm like killing my efficiency because I'm not playing for doubles.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I got to first division, and I actually had a pretty good rate at that point. And then I don't know, I had a night where I just could not put it down, and I just tanked it, you know? So it's really counter to what, because I'm like you, I want to play, like I really want to. Also because I like the competition of ranked. You're playing against a lot of really good players, and it gives you an opportunity to learn outside of statistics. Like it doesn't affect your win rate at all.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It really gives you a chance to go in and kind of cut your teeth, and but they just make it so counter to that. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they tweak it, and I hope that they do give people a chance to get that tank again. I know they will. I really doubt that they're gonna put it out one time and then that's it. Like, that's not really.
It might be a while, but I think it'll be back too.